someone's asking how to get better at fighting games, and I had to give my speech about, you know, it's not that simple, but you know.
it's like how do I do good at the fight, man?
Well, everyone says practice, play more, don't stop playing, enter more tournaments. That's all true, but I always go for the watch your VODs route, because you're watching your VODs, you can see things in hindsight, and then when you're seeing things in hindsight, you should always be like, okay, here I'm in a bad position. Instead of asking yourself how to get out of that bad position, you should ask yourself, how do you not be in that bad position in the first place? So, in other words, win neutral. How do you win neutral? So look at your VODs and figure out when you lost neutral, and then start there. Because usually when you're in disadvantage, you're in disadvantage. You shouldn't be worried about trying to get out of it, because as a new player trying to learn the game, you should be worried about not being in disadvantage in the first place. Because once you're in disadvantage, it becomes about character knowledge and matchup knowledge too much, and about frame traps and shit like that. You don't want to be dealing with that right now. You want to be dealing with don't be in that position in the first place. So watch your VODs, figure out when you started losing, and be like, what could I have done to not be in that position? Because now you can see the future. You can see what they did. Pretend you knew what they would do, and then be like, what would I do to do that?
Yeah. Another important thing whenever it comes to VOD review is that beginning players are just focused on so many different elements of the game at once whenever they're initially start to play, that they're not entirely like self-aware of their own like personal habits or what like minor things that they're doing continuously over the course of the match. You're not thinking long-term over the course of like a game or over the course of a set. You're thinking moment to moment. So another good benefit of VOD review is that you get the chance to actually just observe everything and take note of your own patterns and your own habits and find ways to fix them.
Yeah, try and read yourself. If you look at like a VOD from like a week ago, try and read yourself. And if you're right, you're probably too predictable. Like, I'm not kidding, you know? Like,
it just
what do I think I'm gonna do?
It just be how it be.
The amount of times I'm like watching my own VODs of like Street Fighter, and I do like crouch medium punch and like run stop, like I start calling myself out on it every single time I do it. I'm like, I'm gonna do it right now. Ready? Yep. And then I do it, and I'm like, oh fuck. It's hard. It's hard to break your own habit. That's why I like card games, because you don't have to think fast. You just gotta think.
Yep. No one should know you better than you. If someone knows you better than you, then you're probably not going to be winning.
Yeah, if someone knows you better than you do, then you're losing.
That's the first problem that needs to be addressed.
All right, let's play some Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
just get talking about Smash. Like, it's all the same stuff, you know? It's all the same stuff.
It's all the same.
Don't focus on getting out of disadvantage. Focus on not being in it.
Only the games will change.
All right, let's get out of here.